Jesus Christ. It's like your first stream back, everything runs perfectly smoothly, and then it hits like a jolt. You refresh the Twitch app. So it should be going live again. Should be. Oh, it's going so well as well. It's going so well. Jesus Christ. We'll give it a second. We'll see if it fixes it. Good. I'm gonna have to explain it like in the VOD. The good thing is though, I should be able to combine them. I'll have a look. I'll need like video editing software eventually anyway. I knew there'd be an issue because I noticed the encoder dropped down to like 10 then 1 FPS, which is probably the reason why. But no, the Wi-Fi was doing so well. It was like doing 10 kilobits per second and then dropped to 5, which is fine, and it was stabilised. And it stabilised at 4. And then it just dropped to 1200. Which is a right bastard. Right bastard. At least, unlike my old PC, the issue wasn't the Wi-Fi card. Because one of the issues before, at least with the old one, is the Wi-Fi card was a bit fucked. It was a bit messy. But at least with this one, it's a new PC, new Wi-Fi card, it's a better Wi-Fi card. But I still need to convince my dad to get the new Wi-Fi. I'm going to try and convince him today. Try to. But I don't know. It's like he's been putting it off for the longest time, and if ever I mention to him, he gets angry. It's just kind of fair enough considering Wi-Fi is expensive. But Jesus Christ, it's like I wouldn't mind, but it's not just oh yeah, it's only me benefiting because only I know how to use Wi-Fi. So. Like the Wi-Fi is pretty bad because he spams tabs. He has like 15, 20 odd tabs open on his phone alone. But then it comes to his laptop and there's like 40, 50 tabs open. And it's like, I know that's not going to massively impact the Wi-Fi, but it is going to lower the bandwidth quite a bit. I know it's just an awful lot of complaining, but Jesus Christ, close some tabs or just learn how to use your favourites bar. But if you learn how to use this favourites bar, it wouldn't tank the Wi-Fi so much. But I know a lot of people, if they saw this, they'd turn and say, oh wait, but it's not going to tank the Wi-Fi, it's not going to do anything. Our Wi-Fi is awful. Our Wi-Fi is terrible. We're with TalkTalk of all places. TalkTalk's awful. There's no communication with them. There's no support. If you call them, they just say turn it off and on again, like most IT places. But even if you come with an actual issue, they're not going to do anything. Jesus, my dad with his Wi-Fi is just a disaster. Oh well, we had our first crash on our new PC. It wasn't even the PC crashing, it was just the actual stream itself dipping. At least the one thing I noticed before, the encoding was with the software, but now the encoding's with the hardware, which we couldn't do before because my old graphics card was kind of shoddy after I updated it. After I did an upgrade date for the graphics card just kind of stopped working as well, if that makes sense. I get it was kind of an old graphics card, but to be honest, I was going to use it for this PC, but what's it? There was no part of the power supply that could use it. Don't get me wrong, it uses the standard what do you call it? the standard 6-pin connector, like the power supplies use. Oh, diamonds. I think I saw more diamonds there. I didn't. It was diamond horse armor. I'm paranoid now. I keep checking bloody Twitch now to make sure stuff's still open. You know, it terrifies me thinking like, oh yeah, the entire stream's cut out and you've done like sod all, nobody's watching. You know? Also, I know I'm talking to nobody, but if someone sees the VOD, you should let me know. Like, you should let me know if you like the new logo and the new banners. Because like, there's actual effort gone into these. I commissioned someone to get like the new logo, and then I just threw it onto a background myself, which is kind of cool. I kind of like it. I think it looks kind of neat. To be honest, I can't remember the commission artist off the top of my head. It was someone on that, so I can always like tag it somewhere. But it was like less than £7, like £7, about $9 I think. But generally, it's such a good price. Such a good price, and it looks so nice. It's like a clean logo. Hey viewer, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. And just so you're aware, I do keep an eye on chat if ever you want to say hello. I do apologise about the crash. It is a Wi-Fi thing, I think. It's either Wi-Fi or encoding. I think it's probably more so down to encoding, considering that's what dropped first. But I think that might also be down to the Wi-Fi. I mean, I've got the encoding set up to the hardware. So technically speaking, it should be fine. Technically speaking. If it's not, I might tag it onto software. I know the graphics card isn't anything new. It's like an AMD Radeon one, I think. Something along the lines of that. Tech's always been like my kind of thing, but it's never been something like I've thought too much about, if that makes any sense. Because I've been applying for jobs within like IT sport, because that would be kind of cool, you know. Cool, I know roughly what I'm doing at least. But I don't know, it kind of just ties into everything, doesn't it, with IT? Because with IT sport, you can kind of just sum it up to any part of IT, really, can't you? Like, you could turn and say that could be like stuff for internet support, hardware. You could turn and say like specific stuff. It's something I'd enjoy doing someday, like job-wise, but it's not what I went to university for. I don't know, I've thought about doing it. It could be enjoyable. But at the same point in time, I don't know. It's just life's tiring out. Why do you want to spend all your life in IT sport? Jesus Christ. So I've nearly chugged an entire water bottle throughout the stream already, and it's only been like 40-50 minutes. I'll either look at sticking like this stream into two separate VODs, considering like the split's already there. The split exists, but I'll probably do VOD part 1 and part 2, considering it comes under the same thing. So I'll stick it in VOD 1.1, 1.2. Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ, let me just sit up. I'm sticking to the chair, it feels horrible. I will say, there's some games I have looked at getting. I say look at getting, there's some games I've looked at been streaming as well. For example, I've been looking at Resident Evil Village. You know, all Resident Evil, we love Resident Evil. I'm a massive bitch when it comes to like horror games. I'm a massive bitch. I'm a massive wimp. Like, I cannot deal with horror at all. Like, it terrifies me. Absolutely terrifies me. And I know that's the point. I know the point is to terrify you. And I know all people like it when you get a scare. I don't. Like, honestly. I kind of like the idea of them, but at the same point in time, fucking hell, I don't think it's a massive deal to not like horror games. It's just like human nature to not like them. But at the same point in time, Jesus, I've heard all right things about Resi Village though. I've heard it's not been too bad. But if I did it on stream, I'd at least have a reason to play it. You know? I'd at least have a reason why I should play it. I'm just going to expand out here for a bit, I think. At least give ourselves a little bit to work with home-wise. Just because I know storage can be a bit of a pain sometimes. There we go. Just be nice to have a bit of a basis. I know I'm going to get shot in a second, don't I? You can see me. I'll be completely honest, I'm feeling so sick because of this heat. It's just horrible, man. It's just horrible. There's no reason why anybody should be in like temperatures like this in modern day society. I'll be completely honest with you, it makes me want to throw up, and I genuinely feel like I need to, just because of this darn temperature. And to be honest, I feel like if I did, I can at least, you know, be able to get rid of a bit of body temperature that way. No, we're just going to make an entrance on this side. I feel like if I was just able to just expel at the moment, I'd be at least a little bit better, you know? At least I wouldn't have this nauseous feeling. I'm just struggling to pay. You know, as the person who owns the whitest card in all of Britain, I'm like the whitest man you can possibly find, and I hate it. I go into the sun for like 2 seconds and I immediately get like heat stroke. You know, I step outside and I am done. I'm burnt and I'm gone. And like I joke about it, but I get so sick just being stood in the sun for just a little bit of time. I'm just white as hell, man. I literally have the complexion of a goth girl at this point. Oh, it was a skeleton attacking me. My skin's just white as hell. I'd just be screwed if anywhere near the sun. But like, I get stuff like heat strokes so easily, you know, and I just deal with it. But goddamn British temperature at this point in time is just torture. But I know the British tend to get like a lot of shit from the Americans, just for like, oh yeah, you can't deal with a bit of like sun, you can't deal with a bit of heat. Try living in a British home. I've had American friends that have come over to like Britain and they've been like, "You're right, it's awful." I know Britain's not the greatest place in the world, obviously, but like, come on, man, we just need a bit of like, just a bit of a break from sun. That's all it's been. It's been no rain. Literal torture conditions. I'm sweating where I didn't know I could sweat from. It's just, it's bad. Let's just take out some of these places, shall we? We'll move them back into the actual house. Let's see. Place some chests there, shall we? Oh, honestly, I just want to get out of Britain. I just want to get away from it. Just until winter, until it cools down. Because it's been the worst summer we've had. Today's been the hottest day. I don't know what I'm doing with this house. I don't know. It looks bad, man. Jesus Christ. It's a poor excuse for a house. Like, I don't think I'm going to be streaming like for hours on end today. just I know it's like first stream back, whatever, first stream, but like just the PC's not adding to the temperature. Like it's got new fans, it's doing all right. It's not adding like, anything to temperatures or the issues. It's just the rest of it. What was I doing? Oh, for God's sake, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to just make slabs. I know I need slabs of the flooring, but I didn't want to make slabs. I just wanted to make a single bloody pressure plate. Oh look, we've got spruce logs. Jesus. I know I'm being like a massive windjast today on today's stream, but this heat is too bad. I wouldn't mind half as much if my fan could like at least reach me. If my fan was on my desk, it wouldn't be too bad. But if it was on my desk, I wouldn't be able to feel it in bed, and like the nights are torture. Jesus. Just nick these shallow. We don't need torches down here. Must have one torch. Hi, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. I hope at least one of us is doing alright. British temperatures just killing me. It's like, it's just a struggle keeping my eyes open. Like, I'm wide awake, don't get me wrong. I'm wide awake. But just sat here, PC on, going on stream, just talking, sat in British heat. Honestly, if I turned my PC off right at this moment, and like I just sat in bed, I'd be wide awake, and I'd be wide awake for like 5 more hours minimum. But because I'm sat up, my fan doesn't reach me, and British temperatures, I am fucked. It's just painful. I don't know if it's Dakota watching this or whoever's watching it on VODs. It's like 50% humidity today, and it was like 32 degrees at some point. And now that doesn't sound like a lot, but I've mentioned like British homes are thick. But it's awful. We have thick walls. torture thick walls with bloody no air conditioning because nobody can afford it nor install it. At the current point in time, we have the Americans who are fine with their aircons, and then there's the bloody British. Dun 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 dun. Could be worse. We could be in Scotland. Scotland forever. God, who wants to go to Scotland? Jesus Christ. It's always cringes how when I'm just sat on here and I've got to listen back to my audio to make sure like the stream's still running. Let's go straight. Oh, excuse me. Stream trip. We will go to Scotland and we will live stream it. We will take back Scotland. So earlier on in the stream, at least part one of the stream, if you will, if you're watching the VODs or if you care, I mentioned having, or at least looking at setting up a stream schedule, like before we did like Sonic Lost World and then Sonic Forces and Lost World DLC, like the next day. And I don't have a schedule. I don't care for schedules too much. However, I have been looking at setting like the spooky schedule, like set up for Halloween. And we will have some horror games on it. Mainly Resident Evil. I'll have a look at getting more up until like that point in time. But the main bastard on the list would be Resident Evil Village. And I know Resident Evil Village is the less scary one. But as I also mentioned in part one, I am what most people know as a bitch. You know, I am a bitch when it comes to horror. I can't handle it. I suffer with horror. You know, good old heart palpitations or whatever. But it just scares me. I know that's the point, and I know I've said it's the point like last stream or whatever. It's not that I don't see the point in it. I like the idea of them, but I hate being part of them, if that makes sense. Part of the issue I had with horror games is being chased, right? Like, being chased is an awful feeling. It just feels horrible. You know, it's terrifying. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants to think about it. You know? Also, I know the stream dipped down again, for God's sake. It doesn't help with the temperature. You know, the temperature can't make it worse, I don't think, with stream rate. But, talk for a moment, I guess. See the talk encoding, I'll have to go back and check through it. I'll have a look at changing the encoding rate to software instead of hardware, which will be fine. It'll be fine. It doesn't exactly break anything, you know. It doesn't break anything if I go to software instead of just hardware. I think it just tanks the CPU a bit more than it would. I'm fine with that. Like, I paid for a better CPU, and yet I've got like a slightly worse off graphic card. That's fine. But I think I'd rather have it that way, to be honest, because like, oh yeah, graphic encoding can be an issue, which I think's why it dipped down. Although, like, I'm looking at the kilobyte per second, and it's like rocky at best. But I don't know. I think I'd rather a better CPU than anything, because like CPU's like, more required than graphics. Because at least with graphics, I can just turn it down. However, I do think the main issue with this stream, at least, has been Wi-Fi again. That'd be something to discuss with my dad later on today. I can only apologise about streaming quality. I will need to look at getting some video editing software as well. You know, but that can wait for a bit. Why is that not shown on screen? Oh well, I appreciate the follow. Thank you for following. I need to fix bloody stream elements. What's that? Promotion of your channel, views, follows, chat box. Prices lower than competitors. Now, I'm not going to go to dogehype.com. I don't think I will, mate. Cheers, though, and I appreciate it nonetheless. Do you know it's a scam where you can't even type, like, a URL? You've got to type, like, the word dot out. You're probably not being paid enough to come onto my channel and have a look around, are you? I mean, not even having a look around, you've just, like, been done your business and dipped. But Jesus Christ. Two seconds, let me just oh, what's that? Let's just chatting to begin with. Just for the primary reason, I don't know if I can change. I can't. I was going to change stream resolution, because the only reason the chat bubble didn't appear on the stream then is because it's set to 720, just because it goes with optimized settings. But I'm going to change the encoder as well to software after stream. Oh well. Oh well. Let's head back to gameplay chat. Jesus Christ. I just feel so sick, man. And I don't just feel sick, but I also feel bad because, like, I know I haven't streamed for like a little bit at least. Like, I've come back and I've had these like stream issues with, like, of course, Wi-Fi and then encoding. It's just, you know, I want it to go up. I love streaming and it helps with my confidence so much. But at the same point in time, it's just a pain because I know our Wi-Fi can't handle it. And yes, my tech has been improved because, like, replace the PC. But, like, there's only so far you can get with it. But it just makes me sad thinking about it. I want to improve, and I want to get into streaming like properly, and I want to get a fan base. You know, more than anything, I want that. You know, but I'll be honest, it's the one thing at the moment I actually feel motivated for. I actually have motivation to do something, and then it just doesn't work because of the Wi-Fi. And it's like, I can complain to my family about, like, improving the Wi-Fi and actually getting it sorted. However, they're not going to listen. Not going to listen, and if I keep going on at them about getting it done, they're just going to, have a go. I'm actually hyped to do something for the first time. I'm actually excited for something, and I'm actually looking forward to streaming of an evening. And I was looking forward to coming back, and then it just runs like ours. Which is an issue because I really do enjoy it. I really do enjoy it, but at the same point in time, it's not going to work if the Wi-Fi doesn't work. And if the Wi-Fi doesn't work, then how can I? But my family always tend to think, oh, what are you doing on the Wi-Fi? What are you doing in your room all the time? It's like, I have stuff I want to do, there's stuff like streaming, which I'm enjoying doing, I want to do. And then they're just like, yeah, but why are you in your room? And it's like, because if I have a conversation with them, it ends in arguments, it ends in shouting, but if I'm just streaming, it's with and around an audience of people who like and enjoy the same stuff I do. It's not going to lead to arguments because I'm the person in charge of it. I'm the person who's running this at this point. Well, say at this point, just in general. I just play games. People come and go. People sometimes enjoy it. People sometimes don't. I don't know. I'm the type of person to always think, oh, if they come and stay for a bit, that's fine. If they find they don't like the content, that's fine too. It doesn't change my mind about people. It doesn't make me angry or anything. I know some other people that probably could be angry by it. Oh, why don't people come sit on my stream? Why don't people watch me? Why don't people like my content? That's going to happen with everyone. People are going to come and go. Not everyone's going to want to watch the same content. Not everyone's going to enjoy it. That's just life. Yeah. Some people come, some people go. Some people stay. Some people want to, some people don't. People change their mind all the time. And I'm just pretty happy that there are some people that do just stay, and there are people that come and go, and that's fine by me. I kind of just chill and vibe with what happens. Whatever happens at the end of the day. At the end of the day, if people decide they want to come and they want to sit down and they want to listen to your stream, then all done. If they also then decide, oh, maybe I don't, or maybe I just want to, chill with a bit of background audio, what am I saying? Who am I saying? See, here's the thing, right? Oh, I don't think there's oh, okay. There's two like there's two because of course it's split three bleeding times. Um, actually that's the thing. It might be the encoder. It might be because of the encoder, where it's like because of encoding issues, perhaps it can only do a certain like time frame of 40 minutes. Because they were about 45 minutes, but I don't know. I think it's just like coincidence. Oh, I don't know. It's something we need to research after the stream. It's probably just an encoding issue. Like on the old PC at least, I had to use the encoding set to software because that's what would work. Actually, because the last recording lasted 40 minutes, I've been doing 1 minute on the new recording, and the issue is I don't want to just like say, oh, I'm tired, I'm too hot, and just drop out this part of the recording. The prime reason, like, I've got no outro for the old part. I've got no outro for the old bit. But if I just drop out and I go to bed, whatever, people won't care. People watching won't care. Most people won't care, but I will. I'll care. Okay. Because it'll just be a blank end just because the stream lagged and whatever, which is fine for most people. But then I look back at the stream and I think the Wi-Fi was shit, the encoder didn't work, and I was too hot anyway, which is kind of fine. It's fine because I'd be unfit to stream. But I say by time it doesn't make good content. I do apologise about the yawning as well. I'm not doing good today. Just having a bit of an organised, a sleepy organised. Before uploading anything, like to the YouTube channel, that is, because these VODs will make it on there, I will have a look at combining them, like the parts. I'll have a look, see how long this part goes for. If I can go for the 40 minutes, I will go for the 40 minutes. You know, it's like, because I'd rather go for like the 40 minutes, that way it would be 3 parts of 40, and then I could easily just sum that up as, oh, we had issues, so it's in 3 parts. And then I wouldn't have to worry. We don't have an intro outro, I'll just make 3 different thumbnails. You know, that would be more than fine. That'd be more than fine. Because at that point in time, at least they're still spread up into 3 different sections. I can just make 3 different videos. It's fine, we'll just do like a spread out triple audio. We'll do like 1 today, 1 tomorrow, maybe 1 the next day. 2 today, 2 tomorrow. Who cares? Who cares really? But like, I don't know. I'd watch this something good. I'm sorry once again about all the yawning. It's just temperature. I'm just way too hot. And everyone knows what it gets like when you're like ever so slightly tired and it's just humid. Because everyone has that. We just get way too sleepy. Don't have that been talking an hour and a half. Jeez, hour and a half. That's way to think because of how quick it's gone. So you don't think how quick an hour and a half goes until you actually go through it. I don't want to do this yet, just for the prime reason I've just thought something. Like, as I was being shot at. I have a couple of bits of iron. Why have I walked the long way around the house? Actually, no, we'll break that. But anyway, as I said, we have a couple of bits of iron. Why not make a shield before going underground? Or just, I think it's the plan. We're not just going to make a shield. I'm so fucking tired. So tired. What's the shield? Ah, that's the shield. You can tell I'm not thinking straight, can't you? At least today marks one thing. We got our very first scam message, I guess. Got our very first promotional scam message. It almost feels pretty good to get your first scam message, because at least at that point you can turn and say, hey, I've got me first. What have we got down here? There's nothing down here. This isn't going well, is it? I don't even know what I'm doing. Oh, big wood spawn. See, I'm tired because it's warm, you know, not because I'm streaming. And then on top of that, the stream's having issues because of quote unquote non-Wi-Fi encoding. It's definitely the Wi-Fi. We know it's the Wi-Fi. Very nice. I'm actually paranoid about that bloody encoding thing now. I spend every 2 seconds looking back over it, just to make sure it's not dipping. Because I see sometimes like the upload rate going like under 3 and then dropping to like yellow. It's fine because the Wi-Fi is bloody shit anyway. So we do actually have a graphics pack turned on at the moment, like a resource pack, which is better graphics, apparently. Well, not better, updated graphics. which is fine. It's like the beta of the pack. To be honest, it's like the pack still looks like old textures that haven't been updated from 1.20. Which is fine, to be honest. I like the textures. Sometimes they can be a bit off-putting. I don't think I want to go in there. Oh, just looking at it, looks like there's a Soddle, to be honest. Sweet FA, to be honest. If anything, part 3 is going to end up like shorter, considering like... Oh, maybe not. I've just noticed like the mine shaft. Generally, if I died down here and lost all the stuff, I would have just like quit the game, turn off the VOD, and delete it. I wouldn't have come back to this world. So that would just be embarrassing, wouldn't it? Oh well, we're getting some resources. Just got to keep an eye out. Oh no, he dug straight down. Okay. Just noticed shitloads of them. I've only got rotten flesh as food. Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Jesus fucking Christ. Well, actually, I can't tell if the VOD from earlier went down or if it's still going. I generally can't tell. If I can't refresh the page, the time for the VOD keeps going up. So I don't know. I already don't understand it, to be honest. Like, Twitch scares me. You know, streaming. But I don't know. Like, the thought of it really does terrify me. Because, like, there's a lot that can go wrong. But at the same point in time, I don't know, it's kind of enjoyable. I do greatly apologise about the chair squeaking. I know it's like loud and shit. If I ate the eye, it would give me poisoning. I genuinely hate it down here. If I found a chest and there was melon in it, I'd be more than happy and I'd eat the melon. I'd just eat the melon and be a happy melon boy, you know? But no, we're at -20, there's sort of... It really is subtle. There's like, I know it's probably quite hard to see on like video or whatever, for the most part. Jesus Christ, it's like you can't see shite. There's generally fuck all there. Said while I found like a diamond and still complaining. But it's like, jeez. Don't get me wrong, I can't complain about a diamond. But at the same point in time, you could have at least like made it more than one. Oh, hello, creeper. Yeah, okay, fuck off. Just mobs everywhere, and I don't like it. Well, I just want to heal up. There's a diamond there. It's like counting with Neo. Like 1, 2. That's all you're getting. Not me just gently using like all my blocks to get over to the other side, just so I can like spawn a single half health. So, looking at it, because I'm refreshing my Twitch page, you know, make sure it's at least like running properly. It seems like the VOD is updating, like the second VOD, the one where it apparently quote unquote crashed. So I think it is still uploading. So if I did actually end the stream, it would upload as 2 VODs instead of just one. Well, instead of 3, should I say? Because like we already know one of the VODs ended uploading. Which is fine. It's fine, I guess. It's just I'd rather upload as one continuous VOD. But I mean, the Wi-Fi is shocking. It's absolute shit. And if it's not gonna upload as like one VOD, I'd rather it then just upload as 2. Oh, I don't like it, and I know there's mobs following me. And I know it's dark, so nobody can see, because neither can I. Fuck off, fuck off. Jesus Christ! That that was awful. Like, genuinely got my heart racing. No, just check real quick. Oh well, this would help. Because it's a new PC, it's not doing like new stuff yet. It's not kept in with the settings, so it would definitely help if we increase the brightness. So look, we can see now. Genuinely though, I'm getting the hell out of here. Well, at least we have a VOD so we can check where we went wrong. No, what I meant to say. I meant to say at least we have a VOD so we can check where we lost our stuff. If we do look at it. See, I always end up saying the wrong thing. Like, I always end up thinking something and then say something else. So the good thing is, even if my pickaxe breaks, I should have a crafting table, yep, enough stone and some sticks. So I can at least make a pickaxe and get the hell out of it. I need to fix this chair, Jesus Christ, it squeaks. But I do apologise, but as soon as I get to that bleeding base, I'm ending stream. It's way too hot. And I do greatly apologise about the stream quality and the delays and the issues. Like, I feel so bad about, like, having stream issues, because I know it makes it hard to watch, I know it makes it inconsistent, and I know it's, like, a pain for people to, like, drop out, come back. And trust me, it's upsetting for me as well, don't get me wrong. But, like, I want to get it improved, it's just I need to speak to family about getting improved. But they don't listen to me. I'm going to try and convince them to do it tomorrow. We need to at least get it set up, so then there'll be like a time limit until it gets sorted. You know, because I'd much rather that it's done, it's dusted, and like then there's a time limit until we're done with Talk, because they have been horrible. Worst company I've ever been with. Just don't get me wrong, I've heard bad stories about other places, but like Talk have been the worst by far. You know, and if they came to me and said, "Oh yeah, here's a big offer deal with loads of money," I'd turn it down because their product's just bad. I've got a small checklist of things I need to add to, like, before the next stream, whenever that is. So just remember, when we come to the surface, it's negative 1300, negative 1200. Oh, just around the corner, so it's fine. So basically right outside the basin. I've been seeing nothing but that bloody blue Smurf cat. I'm not sure if you guys have seen them. But like, the audio's just stuck in my head for it. Losing my head about it. Hey, 4 diamonds. Grungle Smurf cat. We live, we love. I'm just going to make another furnace. Nothing but Smurf cat. Head absolutely empty, honestly. Not a single thought other than fuck, this temperature's up. I think I've got a slime ball. There's something which like stick slime ball than a feather. I can't remember. because I think that's all about the oh, I can't remember the name of it now. It's something like digging up shards of pottery. Can't remember what the part of the update was called. But you know the one I'm talking about. I don't. I'm just going to stick it to chatting for the time being, honestly. You'll still hear Minecraft as I'm just talking just for the time being. I'm just sorting out like the ingots. Honestly, I'm coming to the end of the stream, so I'll change it to the ending soon stream. But have a look, we now have title cards. Like, we now have actual cards for titles. And I think they look kind of cute. They look good. Like, they actually look good. I'll just show you. Because, like, 2 secs, I'll just show you. We'll leave Minecraft running, we'll get some background noise. But look, we've got the one for starting stream. We've got a black screen for capture cards, because that'll be for, like, he uses webcam for it. And then we've got just chatting. Got the Minecraft gameplay. We've got the good old be right back, and then we've got the what we're going to sit on for a hot minute, which is the end stream, because I'm tired and it's too hot in Britain. And I know we've only been going for 2 hours, but you know, it's too hot. It's too hot, love. But Jesus Christ, stressful first stream back, I think, because the upload speed's just bouncing like crazy, and the encoder's just broken. That's the thing I've noticed, it's using 2 gigabytes of memory. We have 48 gigs of RAM on this machine, so we might have to have a look at changing that. But anyway, I appreciate having you around on the stream, and I'm hoping it only splits the VOD into 2 rather than into 3, because that'll make my life an awful lot easier. You know, but I'm gonna call it there. And I know we've just had like another viewer jump in, I think. Jeez. You don't have to, but I'd appreciate if you could follow my channel, if you could have a peek around, have a look. I'd greatly appreciate that. You know, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, should be under the same name, or Neo the Duchy, I think. I don't know, who cares at this point. But have a good day, gamers, and I appreciate those who've been here. Thank you. Womp womp.